How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Steph, and welcome back to Big Ambitions Rag to Riches Challenge. Today's all about tightening up this empire as we launch our new next major move. We're tackling a massive theft problem and kicking off another big expansion, the clothing store. Let's get into it. We're changing our retail strategy and testing whether the split could actually make us more money. If tonight's profit drops, we'll pivot back. But if this works, it might change everything. So, the store strategy is that Lekker Flowers will only sell cheap stuff, like cheap flowers, cheap gifts, and soda, and umbrellas. And Sending Happiness will only sell premium products, no more cheap gifts or cheap flowers. So, in Lekker Flowers, I already made the things cheap, but all the expensive things cheap, and in Sending Happiness, we are making these things expensive. We don't have a lot of stock, that will come in tonight, which is fine, and these products we still have to go and buy. The already fish smartwatches are low stock at the moment, so that means that the prices are very high. This will all be stocked up tonight. We're going to see how this goes. The goal: simplify stock management, boost margins, and learn what actually works in each and every district. Even though they're not in the same district and may not directly impact each other, we're curious to see if profit margins or customer satisfaction shifts at all. We're not updating logistics or import plans just yet. Let's wait to see a concrete difference in sales. If it works, here's the potential future setup. Cheap inventory will go to Lekker Flowers, and premium products will go to Sending Happiness. Soda will go to both, as well as umbrellas. The books will only go to Sending Happiness. We'll streamline warehouse separation. If this sticks, logistics becomes much more smarter and less chaotic. We're losing a lot of money from theft at Sending Happiness, and that ends today. As you can see, last night we lost 3 grand. The day before, 3,600. Day before, 3,800. That is terrible. So, to prevent this, we need to do some anti-theft setup plans. We need to get dome security cameras, security panels, we've got security guard lockers, and we've got security guards. So, we can only carry 2, which means I will do 2 security panels and 2 cameras. I would love to do... Hey, we can do 3 cameras because they can stack into boxes. Thank you, developers. Let's do 4 cameras and 2 security panels just for safety, and we already have security signs in store. This might feel expensive at first. Yeah, 13 grand. It's half of what we got today, which is 4 security domes is 10,000. I know these security cameras are cheaper, but they don't cover as much as the domes. And security panels, which is 1,200 each. This might feel expensive at first, but it'll pay itself off in just 3 or 4 days. That's really worth it. We'll check back on finances soon to see if the theft line finally disappears. That will be very important. Oh my soul, dude. So, if you go into interior design and we go to the security, over here you'll see there's no cameras on any of the products, which is terrible. So, what we're going to do is, we already have security panels. That's fine, we can always just always just place them there for now. Let's grab security camera domes, the panels we can use for our next shop. So, the domes we'll be placing strategically so that we can ensure that the blue covers the in-store products, and they should align up to just fit with the OCD. There we go. Now, interior design, security, and you'll see that all of these products are under camera surveillance. Fantastic. Let's grab this, put it in the trolley, and we park it right here. This should now officially remove that theft line from tomorrow on, hopefully. If we look in sending happiness, security is currently perfect because we've got our security guards on both duties, always 2 at a time, and everything is undercover. We need to get some stock in for sending happiness as well because we are running quite low. That is for gifts, which will come in tonight because remember we're only doing expensive, and flowers will come in tonight because we're only doing expensive. And then we need to do NY Distro for the smartwatches, the headphones, and just hope. It's finally time to start building our clothing store, and it's going to be massive. We have a 30 customer capacity. Let's look at it. Initial cost is $6,340, which is fine because it has a traffic index of 72, which means we don't really have to look at a lot of marketing at the start. It is the same layout as we have for our sending happiness, which is fine. Let me know in the comments what you think the clothing store name should be. We're going to rent this building, start a new business, and we are going to scroll to clothing store. As you can see, there are competitors in the neighborhood. That is not bad. There are 2 competitors. It's not bad. All of them are pretty much, yeah, there's nothing with a 0. Bookstore is 7, damn. So yeah, clothing store. And we are going to just call it Lekker Clothes for now. It will change depending on what you want it to be. I can't remember what the colors are, so we are just going to go with this. Lekker Clothers. There we go. Logo updated. Typos updated. Uniforms updated. Schedule will be from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day. Inventory, we don't have anything as of yet. I would love to charge for paper bags, even if it's 10 cents. But yes, building capacity of 30, traffic index of 72 is amazing. No need for marketing at this moment because we've got nothing. So requirements are a few things. We're going to go through that now. What a beautiful clean canvas. So for this, we need 24 clothing racks, a checkout, loudspeakers, shopping basket, trash cans, shelves, cleaning station, and jewelry cases, which we'll add later. It's not top priority now. We are going to get these things from AJ Peterson and Son. We can call them because this is definitely more than 8 products. Currently, we are not going to purchase it. As you can see, we don't have enough money, but we can look at delivering it maybe Tuesday. Let's quickly check what it's gonna cost us. So we start off with a checkout counter right. Clothing racks. The rack is customer capacity of 10 and it can hold 50 products. The rack angled is customer capacity of 5 and can hold 25 products. We need 24 of these. Cleaning station, jewelry case of 9 grand, not necessary now, just to show the price. Stack of shopping baskets, storage shelves, let's start with 5. A trash bin, just for the idea of it, because we don't want to have people throw stuff on the floor, even though it's not necessary technically. The changing room is currently just decoration, but I think we can add 1 just to ensure that people can change, even though it doesn't really mean anything currently. We will need 4 jewelry stand showcase stands, which will be $35,600, but that's not going to happen now, as well as we need security panels, signs, cameras, and guards, and guard lockers, which will also happen later on. Let's look at the price here. For a checkout counter, doesn't matter if it's left or right, but for the idea of the store layout, we're going to go with right. Clothing racks, 24. Cleaning station, shopping baskets, storage shelves, it can be less, but I like to have more. Trash bin and changing room of $1,000 with a delivery fee of $250. That will come down to $21,640. I can order this and maybe it will be delivered tomorrow morning. Let's see. Hopefully we get in enough money and it will be delivered to Lekker Clothing. The startup business budget is quite hectic. It's anything between $50,000 and $80,000, depending on how premium we go. Currently, we are on the lower side of it due to the fact that we are not getting the jewelry cases. While we wait for our furniture to come in, we are going to ask our headhunter Frank, which hasn't worked in weeks, to look for a purchasing agent. Start now. We don't want environment demands or equipment demands, and look for 10 at least. Hopefully we get somebody that's 100%. Then as we wait for our headhunter to get a purchasing agent, we need to start setting them up at the headquarters. That said, it's starting to get late, and yeah, IKEA is not gonna want to help us today. We've got a train station quite close to our clothing store, so we can use that to come to this station by sending happiness, or come to a station closer to our home. We are going to go to this one so that we can have a look at Lekker Flowers and Lekker Lifts. Lekker Flowers has enough stock to keep itself busy with all the cheap products. The umbrellas aren't doing very bad. Let's see tonight how this goes and how much money we made today. Lekker Lifts has just been chilling. We are done with the decor, all of that. I am very happy about this. This is another public shower and gym locker for if we open another gym in a different district. That said, we're going to go home now as it is 6 o'clock and we need to ensure that we've got enough money to pay for that big haul of the delivery of furniture for Lekker Clothing. Let's sleep our 8 hours. It's gonna be 6 o'clock. We only get our delivery at 10 a.m. Total profit 23 grand, which is not bad. Businesses of 4, and we've got enough money for our delivery for 10 a.m. because AJ Peterson and Son will be delivering day 107 at 10 a.m. So that's another 3.5 hours away. Let's quickly look at our income from Lekker Flowers and Sending Happiness. Lekker Flowers yesterday made 2,400 bucks. That is just with the cheap products. The day before it made 5,000. That is with cheap and expensive products. Sending Happiness, not bad. But remember, this is with the headphones and smartwatches as well. So let's quickly check. Gifts expensive, it made 4,000 because we are selling more products. Flowers expensive and all of that. So let's quickly check. Gift cheap, that is because the shop was open like 30 minutes before we closed it. So we made, if you calculate gift expensive, we sold an extra $1,000 on expensive gifts from the day before. Flowers is an extra $1,000 as well. And with gifts cheap and flowers cheap, we're selling 3,000 and 2,000 more. So technically it is better to have the gifts cheap and gift flowers in Sending Happiness, because we're making an extra, roughly calculated, 2,000 to 3,000 bucks extra a day. If we look at Lekker Flowers, Flowers cheap is selling, yesterday was 1,600, gifts was, so that's around about the same. The problem is that we sold flowers expensive and gifts expensive over a year as well. So that made a $3,000 difference. So it's better to have expensive flowers and expensive gifts in Lekker Flowers as well. Even though it's not the main focus then, but it does bring in profit. And that is what we want. We want to ensure that we, I won't say min-max, but we want to ensure that we make enough money, a lot of money in each shop, and not have any place to any space to lose money. Thank you so much for the comment, Lucy. I do appreciate that we could test it, but I think we should bring them back yet again. Let's test it tonight and we will see how it goes. We brought in flowers expensive and gifts expensive into Lekker Flowers. Let's go to Sending Happiness and bring in the cheap gifts over there as well. I am not happy with all of these red dots, but we are going to make this cheap flowers again, make this cheap gifts, and that was cheap gifts. And cool, these are all of the premium products. That's quite expensive to do. So we're looking at buying another 3 boxes of Xanaman smartwatches, which means it's 7, almost 8 grand each. That is 24 grand. Then the headphones is, I think, 3 to 4 grand each. And then the Artifish smartwatches is also 3 to 4 grand each, or 2 to 3 or something like that. So this overall is going to be a big haul to do as well. Let's finish the furniture in clothing today. Then we can stock up with stock over here and then continue with Lekker Clothing. I am going to take these 2 security panels to Lekker Clothing, as we're going to need it there anyway. Our delivery of furniture will be here within an hour. While we wait, I'm just gonna plonk this down, and it is in the right spot, which is awesome. Now we're just going to quickly wait for 45 minutes and then have our furniture here. Our shipment has arrived, and oh my soul, look at that stack. A whole lot of stuff to do here. So give me a beautiful time lapse. Let me place all of this down, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, well, that's pretty much how it's gonna be for now. I have no idea how the layout will be. I need to do some research, see what I like, and play around. But yeah, that's gonna be that for now. A whole lot of empty racks, and we need paper bags and stuff like that. But while we wait for our headhunter to get some people in, we need to go and buy them a few things at IKEA. Items like a standard office desk, a regular chair, and a computer. Yeah, this is quite cheap. We can do office chairs and that. But I think my employees are quite happy. They don't complain about their bums on their cheap chairs. Let's go and place this in headquarters, and then we wait for our headhunter to do their job. Let's place the standard desk, place the computer, and the regular chair. So the headhunter struggled to get somebody with the demands we wanted, so we will probably get someone that is going to ask for some or other weird thing like a phone or something like that, which is fine. Now, while we wait for that still to happen, we are going to go to Bluestone Imports so that we can get a contract with them, or just get their phone number. And then once we have a purchasing agent, we can sign up that contract. Now we have their number, and yet again, once we have a purchasing agent, we will get them to contact each other. And we've got Joni Barnett as 100%. You will be going to HQ, and you will be hired. Thank you very much, and welcome to the team. We are going to go to HQ. I just can't remember how to do that. Do the schedule, and Joni, welcome to the team. Executive office desk. Yeah, that's gonna have to be bought and done later on, Joni. That said, let's go to our contacts. Imports, Bluestone. Let's call them new partnership with Joni. Accept, open in biz. Minimum order is $4,000. They will be delivering wada. Let's put it on 7 days. Now, they will be doing clothing and picture books, which is awesome. So we can start automating picture books into sending happiness, even though that's not so important right now because we've got so much stock in sending happiness for picture books. And yeah, so I was thinking, let's see the price of 200 of each. This will all just be for now. Once we have the proper, that's a lot of money. Once we have the proper numbers for every week, then for 7 days, then we will see what we're going to have to import. Yes, clothing, classic, cheap, female. It's going to be $12 each for 100. And yeah, let's start off with 13 grand. I know it's not a lot, it's 2 boxes, but it's something. I'm going to assign all of this to go to Lekker stocks. We will definitely have enough money to pay this tomorrow morning. All of that is sorted. Yet again, picture books can wait because we've got a whole lot of that in Sending Happiness's store. I'm going to order this. It will be 13.5 grand delivered tomorrow morning and then sent to Sending Happiness. Once we sorted out logistics, we are going to create a new destination to Lekker Clothing. We are going to do paper bags of 1,000 and then clothing of, let's do 100 each. So we're going to suck the warehouse dry in the first day, which is fine. We're going to get a message tomorrow morning, for example, that there's not enough stock in the warehouse, which is fine yet again. This is all just a testing phase. Let's see how that goes. Robert is going to deliver at Lekker Flowers, Sending Happiness, then Lekker Clothing. Yet again, let me know in the comments down below what the name for the clothing store should be. 108 to 23,470 bucks. Technically 34,000 that we made in that day. Let's quickly check at Lekker Flowers. Made 2,500 yesterday with only cheap products. Today, with both cheap and expensive, we made almost 5,000. Sending Happiness, we made, funny enough, more yesterday, but that is because we didn't sell so many of the premium stuff. For example, we sold more smartwatches, more headphones, but the Xenomon smartwatch that makes a huge difference didn't really sell so much because we ran out of stock. Now, that said, we did get some stuff into the warehouse. All of this was in the warehouse, but now we've got that in Lekker Clothing. We just need to go and put them into shelves. If you look at this, it's not going to show anything of that, but I did send our headhunter to get us some customer service. All of these are purchasing agents, so bye-bye, we don't need more of you right now. The headhunter is going to hunt for customer service because we need that for the clothing store, as well as cleaners, but let's start with the customer service first. All of the clothing has been put onto racks. The reason why we have 8 more open is because we need to have 3 racks of each category, and currently we only have 2. So yes, like I said, this is only a beginning, and as you can see, current capacity per hour is only 20 because clothing, modern, cheap, female is only 20, where we need another 50 clothing items to do it at 30. Import from the purchasing agent of 100 is definitely not enough. So we're going to cancel this, push it up to 300 on each product. It's gonna cost a whole lot of money, but at the end of the day, if we do this shop right, it could easily become one of our most profitable businesses thus far. Well, hopefully. This is going to cost us 40 grand. I am not going to order this yet because I know we're not going to meet that in tomorrow. So maybe by the end of this week, we can place this order and it's definitely going to go through. And this beautiful clothing store is going to be on its feet, making us a whole lot of money. But that's fine. We can look at the hours quickly from 6 a.m. to 12 or till 8. Yeah, I can open this and I can start working right away. At least make some money, and then from there we are going to see how it goes. Everyone will be complaining about music as well as how ugly the store is, which is fine. We still need to do jewelry and security upgrades, but it will come later. Let's get clothing rolling first. We are going to put these in Lekker Clothing. They are not going to be enough to fill up everything, so let's start with ore. And it's a good thing because my food is going to run out shortly, and yeah, but not going to be able to run till 8 p.m. Everybody is sorted, and 30 hours. Okay, so that means we can go to, oopsie daisy, we can go to Lekker Clothing, 100%, you. Mary, I am sorry, but you can be fired. You are not fired. Lekker Clothing, schedule, HR, do your thing. Every day, weird hours, and you're still at perfect. We can almost look at just having 3. All of them want health insurance. That means we go to HR, manage, full, and if we get more businesses, we're gonna have to start looking at another HR, which is good. Let us stop working. There we go. Okay, cool. So Lekker Clothing is off the ground. Security is very poor, but yeah, theft is definitely going to be a thing. That said, we are going to go and get something to eat, and then quickly get that executive desk for our new purchasing agent, as well as then start paying for our penalty that we had for the previous episode. This is the executive office desk for our employee. I just want to ensure that it is the right one, because I don't want to just buy something and they're not happy. Executive office desk. Executive office. Okay, cool. And now we need to look for something that is $450, because yeah, penalty is a penalty. Standard bed, that's 400, and then let's do something of $50. 2 umbrella stands, so that is $476 that we will be donating to a lucky patron. There we go. You sitting right here. I can see you sitting right outside IKEA waiting. There is a beautiful bed for you and 2 umbrella stands. That is $476 donated to somebody lucky on the street. That is our penalty for the last episode, because one of our imports bounced. And yeah, that's not a big businessman idea. Lesson learned. Maybe we're going to place this executive office desk down for this chap right here. And then there is another table ready to rock and roll. Let's quickly open here, check the schedule, and you've got your executive office desk. Perfect. I'm happy about that. Hopefully everybody else doesn't get too jealous. Let's make it white. Ooh, this place also needs a nice sprucing up, but that's also going to cost a lot of money, and it doesn't bring in any money as of yet, so all in good time. That, I must say, was a successful few days. We did all of this in 3 to maybe 4 days, because we started at 105 this episode. Let's do some boxing, because we need some exercise this week. Squats and insufficient energy, and you're too exhausted. We also ran out of hunger and food. Hunger and energy. I can't remember what the penalty is for reaching 0% on these bars. Please let me know in the comments and what the penalties are. Yet again, I can't remember. Our happiness is still great. That is for another 36-ish days. Fantastic. We will go and play around in the skate park and the park some other time again. Let's quickly have something to eat, and then yeah, we'll have a night's rest till 3 a.m. Day 109, 32 grand. Logistics is because we don't have enough stock. Yeah, see, umbrellas. Oh, umbrellas? That's gonna go up. Need to go up. And Lekker Clothing, everything. Didn't know we're gonna run out of umbrellas. That's very interesting. And cancel this order and push this up to 2,000 then. I really didn't think we're gonna run out of that. Cool. Order that. That's gonna be 9 grand. You're going to want to order to... Oh, only on day 113. That's cool. And clothing. Yeah, we need to order this, but we're not... Oh, shucks. We've got enough money, but I know we're not... It's gonna bounce because of this 10 grand. So we can always do this tomorrow. Umbrellas are also important. Sending happiness, 6 alerts is, yeah, all of the smart premium stuff as well. I just have a feeling that you're going to give me a penalty of that as well. So tell me what's the penalty, because we are pretty much almost the whole episode without these premium products for sending happiness, even though it gives us so much money. Why would I do that? And we need to buy more stock of this. Let's quickly check the pricing. Oh, we need to do the pricing. Oh, smack. We lost a bit of money just because of that. Let's quickly update this pricing. So we're going to start with clothing classic cheap female. We are in Hell's Kitchen. It's going to be 77 bucks. Classic cheap male. Yet again, all of this is in Hell's Kitchen. It is classic cheap male, 77 bucks. Classic clothing classic expensive female. It is 170 bucks and 50 cents. Classic expensive male, 170 bucks and 50 cents. Modern cheap female. It is 79 bucks and 50 cents. Modern cheap male, 79 and 50 cents. Then modern expensive female. It is 177 bucks and 50 cents. And can you guess the next one? Modern expensive male, 177 bucks and 50 cents. This can change all depending on customer satisfaction with pricing. Interior is terrible, yeah. So yesterday we went with 5 customers limit. That is terrible just because of the current capacity. But overall we got 49 customers. I would like to get that much higher because I am not happy that we're only getting 5 customers in an hour. Maybe marketing will work a tiny bit. We will see how that goes. But yet again, yesterday we were only open from 10. Wasn't even a full day open. Stock count, not doing bad. Sold is not bad. So we should, if all goes well, we should have enough stock in for today. Yeah, because clothing is 11 and it's 87. If we sell 11 in the first day, which is half day, in 7 days, that could be 70 modern expensive male, 80 depending plus minus. So yeah, importing of 200 products might be perfect. But yeah, clothing store is set up. I am quite happy with what it looks like. We need to go and eat and then I'll see you in the clothing store. While we clean, as you can see, we've got a whole lot of products still on shelf. We need to fill up those things and we need to stock up sending happiness again. Let me know what's your thoughts on that. I am quite scared for the comments. But that's a wrap for episode 12. What a crucial one. Today we launched a smart stock test across both Lekker Flowers and Sending Happiness. And we saw having cheap and expensive products in Lekker Flowers and cheap and expensive products in Sending Happiness does make a crucial difference. We stopped a $4,000 a day theft. That was hectic. As you can see, theft 0. It is so amazing. Was from almost 3, that was 32, it was 4,000, little less, and 0. Fantastic. And we broke ground on our next big retail empire, this clothing store. So, for episode 13, we need to rename the clothing store, give your suggestions in the comments below, and just maybe we can start scouting new business ventures. Doesn't mean we're gonna open one very soon. We need to ensure that this clothing store is almost min-maxed. And we need to decorate Sending Happiness as well as stock it. So start thinking about it. Should we go into another retail store or start exploring office empires? For example, we can look at doing a graphic design shop, a graphic design firm, law firm, web development agency. There's so much to do. And yeah, I really did enjoy this episode, and I need to ensure that we set up that purchasing agent for the clothing store so that we can have enough products in here at all times and start researching on beautiful layouts as this looks very cheap. But yeah, if you enjoyed this grind, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell me, what should we build after the clothing store? Until next time, bye bye for now.